drives it into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back. On here.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel. And today we're talking about free agents this offseason, where they might sign, what teams might be wanting to sign them, and where they might end up, in my prediction where they'll end up. Later on, we'll look back on this video to see how horribly wrong I was. But I'm going to give my best prediction, and we're going to go through each of these players. I'm just picking 10 of the top free agents, not necessarily the top 10, but this is just 10 guys, 10 big free agents on the market this offseason, and I'm going to include Bumgarner. But we're going to start with Anthony Rendon, an absolute beast. Hits well over 300, hits way over 300 in the postseason. This guy just tears it up in the postseason. I remember in 2012 against the Giants, we couldn't get this guy out. He is unbelievable, great hitter. Teams are going to be looking for him. Some teams off the top of my head, Rangers are going to be looking at him. Yankees are going to be looking at him. A lot of teams are going to be looking at this guy. But I got a feeling that the Washington Nationals really want this guy back bad, despite all the offers he's going to get from the Yankees, from teams like the Rangers, and even the Phillies. The Phillies are going to be throwing money at all kind of people. I got a feeling he stays put. I'm going to say that Anthony Rendon re-signs with the Nationals. Next up, we got Gerrit Cole. Absolutely the best pitcher in the game, 326 strikeouts, an absolute beast. This guy's going to be out there and people are going to be throwing crazy money at him. Yankees are going to get involved. Obviously, the Astros are going to get involved, but something tells me, maybe it's just a hunch, something tells me he might not be interested in coming back to the Astros for the next 2-3 years. But a lot of teams are going to be involved. We're going to see the Dodgers in there. A lot of teams are going to be throwing a lot of money at him, but I think the Philadelphia Phillies are going to throw the biggest contract out there because, you know, the Phillies, they're trying to compete and they're trying to get these guys no matter what it takes. We saw the contract they gave to Bryce Harper. They're going to give a similar offer here to Gerrit Cole, and he's going to take it. That's my prediction. I say he's going to the Philadelphia Phillies. Next up, we got Steven Strasburg, another awesome pitcher. This guy from the Nationals. Again, Nationals are going to try to keep him, but all kind of other teams. We're going to see the Yankees in the mix. We're going to see the Phillies in the mix. All kind of teams are going to throw this guy insane money. But I say he goes to the San Francisco. No, just kidding. So where is he going to end up? There's going to be a lot of teams after him. The Giants, yeah, they're going to make a run. Everyone's going to make a run at this guy. The Padres are, the White Sox are. Any team that needs a pitcher like that who can possibly afford it is going to at least look at him. But I'm going to say another team that tends to sign big free agents is the Los Angeles Angels. I had to think for a minute what they're called because they change their name all the time. The Los Angeles Angels are going to get Strasburg, and I'm saying he goes there and he becomes an Angel. In the baseball sense, okay? I don't mean any harm to Steven Strasburg. I don't want him to become an actual Angel anytime soon. People are super sensitive these days. You got to be careful with your phrasing. People will go nuts around here. Gonna have to talk about him sooner or later, so let's just get to him. Madison Bumgarner. This is a guy, obviously, I want back bad. I want him to come back to the Giants. I think the Giants have a chance to get him. That's the big name pitcher that they're going to go after. There's no doubt about it. But Madison Bumgarner, he's already rejected the qualifying offer. He's looking for something big, and I think he's going to get something big. He's going to get offers from the Phillies, from the Yankees, from the Dodgers even. But I have a feeling he's going to go back out east and follow in Will Smith's footsteps, and he's going to go out and play for the Atlanta Braves. This is a prediction. This is not what I want to happen. My biased prediction, he comes back to San Francisco, but I got to be honest, and I think he's going to go somewhere else, and I'm going to say he goes with the Atlanta Braves. Next, Josh Donaldson, superstar hitter still. Even though he's getting a little older, he's not going to get a super long contract, but he's going to be out there. Now, this was a Brave. I think the Braves are going to try to bring him back. A lot of teams are going to try to go after this guy. Phillies are going to go after him. Nationals, anyone who needs a third baseman is going to go after him. Giants don't really need one. We got Evan Longoria. So we're going to see a lot of teams, though, go for this guy. And I could see him in a St. Louis Cardinals uniform. I don't know why. Just sometimes there's no logic behind it. Just if I picture them in a uniform that looks right, I'm going to go with that if that team needs them, if that team can afford them. And the Cardinals, they don't really have a solid, I mean, they have Matt Carpenter, but he plays first as well. He kind of bounces around. I don't know if they have just a straight third baseman. So they could use one like this, Josh Donaldson. I can see him with the Cardinals. So I'm going to say he goes there. Josh Donaldson, St. Louis Cardinals. Next up, I'm going to talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers, Hyun-Jin Ryu. And this is a guy who actually accepted the qualifying offer last year, which means as a free agent, a team can sign him and they don't have to worry about losing draft picks or anything like that. So pretty interesting situation. But the fact that he accepted it tells me he didn't really want to bother with free agency. He could have got a bigger deal in free agency. He just wanted to stay there in Los Angeles. This guy came over from South Korea. Maybe he's just happy there with the Dodgers. Maybe he doesn't feel like going anywhere. I got a feeling he's going to stay right there. If he does go anywhere, maybe it'd just be Los Angeles. Excuse me, I should say, obviously Los Angeles. Los Angeles Angels down the road a little bit, Anaheim. Maybe he'll go to Anaheim, but I'm going to stay with the Dodgers. I'm going to predict that he goes ahead and re-signs 3 or 4 years and stays with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Next up, Nicholas Castellanos. This is a guy I would love to have with the San Francisco Giants. This is an awesome outfielder. This guy's got power. He's never had that big season where he just crushes 30-something homers. He does play in Comerica Park, or he did play in Comerica Park for a long time before he moved to the Cubs. So, that's not a hitter-friendly park. The Giants don't play in one either. So I'm not saying if he came to the Giants, he would start popping 30-something homers. But this guy's a really good hitter. And when we went to the Cubs last year, he just started to tear it up. He just hit like crazy. Hit 16 home runs and 225 at-bats with the Cubs. And I think he's happy there with the Cubs. I think he feels like coming back to the Cubs. I think the Cubs are going to make him a serious offer. So, all kind of teams are going to be looking at Castellanos. Anyone who needs an outfielder who can use another outfielder, which is almost everyone. So, all the Phillies, everyone, the Giants, everyone's going to be looking at him. But I'm going to say he just goes ahead and stays where he is now, and he re-signs with the Chicago Cubs. Next up, we got a guy who a lot of those mid-tier teams that aren't trying to spend a whole lot of money this offseason, but they have some money, they're trying to improve, they're trying to compete. A lot of those teams are going to go for this guy, and the Giants have been mentioned with his name, and that's Marcell Ozuna of the Cardinals, who was a Marlin in 2017 and had that breakthrough year that he hasn't been able to repeat with the Cardinals. He's still good. He's a great player. I mean, he's fine and would be nice to have him, but I don't know if the Giants should actually go for him, and I don't think they will make a serious offer. I think a lot of other teams, Padres are going to go for him. Mets might go for him. A lot of teams are going to go for this guy because he's a good player, but again, he hasn't had that massive year since 2017, so a lot of teams are going to think, do you want to spend big money on this guy, assuming he's going to play like he did, 2-3 years ago? I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and stick to my formula of picturing them in the uniform, which is not a very good formula. And also thinking about the team. What team needs an outfielder? What team's willing to spend money? What team really wants to get better, but they're not going to go crazy with it? And I'm thinking Kansas City Royals might be a fit. So I'm going to say Marcell Ozuna ends up with the Royals. Next up, we got Zach Wheeler, probably the most solid starter out there, not named Garrett Cole, not named Steven Strasburg. This guy's really good, though, and all the big name teams looking for pitching are going to be throwing money his way. He's going to get offers from the Dodgers, offers from the Phillies, offers from the Mets, and then all these other teams that would love to have him, like the Giants, are going to throw their little offers out there. He's just going to laugh at us, and he's going to move on. He's going to take one of the gigantic offers that I think are going to come from some of the teams that I've already mentioned. Really, I think the Phillies would go for him, but I already mentioned that the Phillies are going to get Garrett Cole, so they're probably not going to be able to get both, sadly enough for Giants fans, but I think that he's going to end up, Zach Wheeler, he's going to end up with the Dodgers. Last, we got Didi Gregorius of the Yankees. This guy's been a great story because he's drafted by the Reds, didn't do anything special. They eventually let him go to the Marlins. Didn't do anything special. He ends up with the Yankees. Seems like he's just going to be your average major leaguer who never really gets going and eventually disappears. Nope. He turns into a superstar with the Yankees, and now all of a sudden in free agency, he's going to be commanding a big contract. And all his former teams are going to be looking at him. I mentioned the Reds, I mentioned the Marlins, not to mention a whole bunch of other teams that need a shortstop. Brewers will be looking at him. Phillies will be looking at him. Giants, we already got our guy in Crawford. But I think the Cincinnati Reds, who drafted him originally, want him back bad, and I think they're going to make a gigantic offer. Reds are a team that they try to compete, but they're never really there. We never really haven't heard from them for a while. It's been a long time since the Reds have been in the playoffs, maybe 2012. So the Reds want to get better. The Reds want to get back in the mix. The Reds are going to make a huge offer to Gregorius, and I'm going to say he goes back to his original team, his original organization, the Cincinnati Reds. Gregorius, Reds. So there you have it, 10 free agents, my predictions, where they're going to go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you like what you've seen here, would love it if you could hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much. You don't even know. And if you can give this video a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. We got a lot coming up. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to talk baseball all off season long. We're going to talk more free agents. We're going to talk Giants. We're going to talk off the field stuff. We're going to talk Astros. because the Astros are always, there's always something interesting to talk about with the Astros. See ya! When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.